Hello, this is Prince of Somnia, and welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Quest VI. I apologize if I sound a little off today. I seem to be just a little bit sick for some reason or another. I'm not sure why, so apologies. But anyway, since last time, I went ahead and did the job grinding that I said I was going to do. Basically, what I wanted to do was get Millie started on the path of the Luminary. So I wanted her to master Dancer and Gadabout so that I wouldn't have dead weight on my team going forward. That was the main reason why I went for that. So yeah. Anyway, right now I got Carver to master Martial Artist, so he's working on Warrior. I got Rex to master Warrior, so he's working on Martial Artist. Amos has mastered Monster Master and is now working on Priest so that he could start heading towards getting his way to Paladin. Millie, like I said before, mastered Dancer and Gadabout, and now she's working on Luminary. Navan mastered Priest and is working on Mage. And Ashlyn mastered Mage and is now working on Priest. You can see there how everyone managed to get like at least 3, maybe even 4 or 5 levels out of their second job class, while Millie was mastering Dancer and Gadabout. Anyway, today we're actually going to move on with the plot, since we handled everything in Scrimsley previously. Now, there's this weird-looking shell thing here. I'll just show this off. There's nothing you can actually do here right now, because as soon as the mermaid over there sees you, she's just going to dive into the ocean, and there's no way for you to follow her. So, there's nothing we can do about this right now. But remember this place for later, because it will be important later. Anyhow, wrong button. Where you're supposed to go is up this way. Oh, by the way, where I did my job grinding, so, the best place to do it is just outside the Underkeep until you're level 21, then inside the Underkeep, then Hazy Heights, then Hazy Heights, and if you reach the level cap for Hazy Heights, which is like level 23 or so, then grind inside Murdaw's Keep. You don't want to grind on the Inland Ocean, even though it has a similarly high level cap, because there's a lot of enemies that appear in very large groups in the Inland Ocean, and some of them can do a lot of damage to your party. It's generally more problematic than it's worth to deal with it that way. But anyway, we have some of the old enemies here, but now that we're leveled as we are, I can show off some of the new abilities that we got. Let me back out and actually switch a member of my party. You can do this kind of just on the fly whenever you want to, so that's really nice. But yeah, let me just show this off. So if you get far enough, Navan, or any mage really, will learn the Boom spell, which is incredibly powerful, targets all enemies, and deals enough damage to wipe out a lot of encounters. Amos over there just used the ability Burning Breath, which causes paralysis, so that's really nice. Basically, when they're paralyzed, they really can't do anything, and in the mid-game, there are a lot of enemies that are susceptible to Burning Breath. So, if you're facing a large group of a single enemy, and they're all just kind of clustered together in one big group, just have Amos Burning Breath them, and then have everyone else spam Roundhouse Kick, Sizzle, Cuss-Sizzle, or Boom, and you'll annihilate every random encounter in just about the entirety of the mid-game. It's ridiculous. Wonder what he's carrying around a coffin for. What was up with that fella, and where was he dragging that coffin? That brusque fellow had a confidence and presence rare in one so young. That youngster had an aura of an all-around toughness about him. I bet he'd be pretty handy in a fight. Yeah, probably. Okay, so we're about to come across a few really tough fights in the relatively near future. And if you're finding yourself having a lot of trouble with said really tough fights, then it might be worth your while to go back to All Trades Abbey and train everyone, or not train everyone, but put everyone in the warrior job class to boost their HP. It's kind of a little cheesy, and I want to try not doing it the first time around that way, but if you feel like you just can't survive, then that's fine. Just go back and try again. Otherwise, it's going to be a little hard for us to survive what's coming out here, but I'm hopeful that I will be able to make it. This is Arkbolt Castle. Right, you look tough enough. In you go. Are you tough enough? And anyway, Arkbolt Castle has a lot of amenities that a normal town would, just all kind of crammed into a single castle town here. Let's see, we got the priest over here. You probably... oh. Ahem, we got our priest over here. Probably want to save our game a little bit here. But yeah, let's see. What do they got for armor? Might be a really wise idea to get some good armor while we're here. Let's see, full plate, which you should probably have on all your tanks at this point. What is Navon wearing that the full... oh wait, no, that's just 2 points, never mind. Let's see, the Silver Cuirass is nice for whoever in your party doesn't have the enchanted armor on. At this point in the game, you should have the enchanted armor on someone. Grinding for my job levels gave me about 10,000 gold, so that's more than enough to afford the armor. So that's kind of absolutely important and kind of critical for you to get your hands on. Magic shields are also really, really nice. It's one of the few shields that some of your magic users can actually use. I recommend buying both of them, at least one of them, if you don't plan on using Navon and Ashlyn in the same party ever. 2 if you ever do. Unfortunately, Millie cannot use it, which sucks, but, well, what are you gonna do? Let's see. There's a dancer's costume, that's not gonna help. You may notice that I basically stripped Ashlyn bare. That's because I don't intend on using her in this point, so there's no point in me keeping her armed and armored. Let's see, for weapons, they're slightly less important than good armor, but they're still kind of useful. Let's see, the battle axe isn't even stronger than what we have for Carver, so why bother? And the cautery sword is still good enough. I wouldn't bother with a chain whip. If you wanted Ashlyn to be an attacker, then, well, go for it, I guess, but I wouldn't bother with a chain whip. Anyway, I'm actually going to back out, grab a few thousand gold, and zoom back here to Arkbolt so that I can afford some of the armor here, because there's some good stuff that I want to get my hands on. I also don't think I mentioned this, but the sign in front here says, "Love fighting? Hate monsters? The Arkbolt army wants you." Signed, King Claymore. Now, technically speaking, we are already part of the Somnian military, but that was the Dream World, and this is the real world, so we can just sign on with Arkbolt whenever we want. Never mind the fact that they're a completely different kingdom. Oh, and also another by the way, sort of a deal. You could continue to job grind right now if you want to, but at the levels we're at right now, it's just going to get more and more difficult for us to do so, and less efficient, because right now, we're so high leveled that the enemies that we would have to fight are actually quite powerful enough to actually do damage to us, and that's no good. Like, even when I was grinding in Murdaw's Keep, I was feeling kind of a pressure a little bit from the power of the enemies there. There will be a place for us to do some grinding that we will get to soon, but not now. You here because of the sign? You're next, huh? I've got a busy schedule, but I suppose I could slot you in for a quick pummeling. You don't look like you got much fight in you, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't give you a chance. Alright, let's get this over with. You prepared? Get ready. So basically the way Arkbolt is going to work is there's going to be a series of battles against various guards from Arkbolt, kind of like Guard's Bane Tower, but deadlier. So yeah. And the enemies that you fight in here are all quite strong. They hit like a truck, and their defense is nothing to laugh at either, but yeah. It can be a little bit dangerous. Anyway, Bronson here has damage reduction on Frizz's Bang and Crack and Whoosh elemental spells, and he has a 15% chance to dodge Knuckle Sandwich. He is not immune to, but about 50% resistance to Sap, and damn near immune to everything else. But anyway, what we want to do here is you can either defend or start attacking with whatever strong ability you have. I'm going to go with Multi-Fists and probably Falcon Slash. Multi-Fists came from Monk, Falcon Slash came from Warrior. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, Amos has a special ability called Megamorphosis, which transforms him into a monster, but we're not going to deal with that yet. I'm actually going to have Amos defend, and we're going to have Navon start using Ka buff. Since all the enemies or bosses here have physical attacks, and that's just about it, if you Ka buff everyone, then you'll basically trivialize this fight. Multi-Fists is an ability that hits 4 random enemies, but since there's only one enemy here, it just hits him 4 times. Falcon Slash hits a single target twice for close to regular physical attack damage, so it's really nice. Let's see. Let's show off Cool Breath, why not? He is... I don't know if he's resistant to it or not. The thing about it is that the, Crack Spell family has its own resistance table to just Cold Breath. Just about everything in this game actually has its own resistance table. Yeah, that didn't do a whole lot, so that's unfortunate. Amos is really here just to be an emergency healer in case I really need it. Oh, and one other thing about the Multi-Fists or Falcon Slash is that they, and a lot of physical abilities like the breaths for Monster Master, they're all free skills, completely, which kind of makes them busted. Oh, it did more. Ow, quit it. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of sit here and aura the crap out of him until he dies. If you need healing, oh, that's Dodgy Dance. That gives him more evasion on his turns. Not that that's really gonna save him. Oh, apparently it is. Yeah. So what he can do is he can crit you, or do a regular attack, or do Flame Slash, which does slightly more damage than a regular attack does, Flying Knee, like you saw earlier, which deals extra damage to flying monsters, and Dodgy Dance, which you also just saw there, which gives him extra evasion for a couple of turns, which is probably one of the more annoying abilities. Well, okay, it's not a crit when I said he can crit you. Yeah, it's a desperate attack, which does 2.5 times the damage of a normal attack. If he hits you before he gets his Ka buff, which he is likely to do since that's the one move that has a higher chance of happening than anything else. If he does do that, then you do run the risk of someone particularly squishy, like your mage or your priest, from dying instantly, but... well, hopefully it won't come to that. We've got our defense buffed so high that we should be fine. I can't imagine what this would be like if you didn't have Ka buff, though. Probably much more difficult. This Let's Play does assume that you're going to take advantage of All Trades Abbey. If you decide not to because you want to challenge yourself, well, have fun with the rest of the game because it's going to body the crap out of you. But yeah, I wonder if there's anything more powerful. Oh, no, he has a chance to dodge that, though. We could try Knuckle Sandwich. I don't think I've ever shown this off, but Knuckle Sandwich actually does stack with with Focus Strength. So you can meme a lot of fights in this game really, really hard by Focus Strength and then slapping them in the face with a really powerful hit from Knuckle Sandwich. And again, all of it is MP free, which is the only reason I think actually that job classes in this game, in Dragon Quest VI particularly, are busted. I'll say this now, Dragon Quest VII has a similar job class system to this game. It's a little bit more expansive, but it's also significantly less broken because a lot of the abilities that were free in this game now actually cost MP and have a resource limiter to them. I fear no one, but that thing, it scares me. Ha! Not bad, soft stuff. At this rate, it's gonna be my turn before long. Confident fella, I. That man has been watching us do battle. When he says it's his turn coming up, he's talking about fighting, right? I think one of the funny little imageries I kind of have in my head about this is that that canonically means this guy just saw Amos there in full plate just like rear up and breathe fire out of his mouth at one of his guards. Like, that's gotta be terrifying, right? But anyway, here's mini medal number 11 that we can collect now, or at least I think it's mini medal number 11. Yes, I am on track. Oh, what swordsman? Oh, probably the swordsman we just saw over there. Is there anything else for us to collect here? Before we move on, anyway. Oh yeah, there is. It's not that good, but there is. In this chest here, behind the stall in the armor shop, is a slime Guniform that I can't use, so... oh well. The mini medal is what was really important. So, there's no need to worry about anything else. Okay. Let's see. Our next challenge is coming right up real soon. It's those two guys standing in front of that little building over there. Oh, are you singing a theme song to Commander Brutus? Et tu, Brute? Well, surely with a name like Brutus, he's not going to be that hard, right? Okay, there's nothing down those stairs there. It just leads to a dead end that leads outside. There is... if I can find it. There is actually something we can get down here. Oh, wow. That sound actually kind of scared me a little bit there. But what we can get here is mini medal number 12, which is also important for us to grab. Let's see. This place kind of mirrors itself, but on the other side are items that we can't collect yet. Both of them. They require keys that our party doesn't have at the moment, so we can't really get in there. So, what's left for us to do is to fight these two. Think you can take me? Don't forget me. We've got Brick and Brock here. Now, just like with Bronson earlier, these two hit you with a lot of physical attacks. Brick and Brock both have their own fixed attack patterns. Brick, which you can see there, will start with Kasap. Then he'll go Oomph, then he'll use Double Up, then he'll cast Multi-Heal, then he'll cast Kasap, then he'll attack. Brock will attack, then use Selflessness to take a hit for Brick, then defend, then Mercurial Thrust, then Selflessness again, and so on and so forth. And again, with the healing, Brick will skip it if no one really needs it, so... But yeah. So, neither of these two actually have resistance to Knuckle Sandwich. So, if we use, like I mentioned before, where is it? Oh, there it is. Focus Strength on our two attackers, and then Knuckle Sandwich them on the next turn, then we'll deal insane amounts of damage, and that would be really nice. I'm going to use the no, wait, as the Sarah and something else to but half not Brutus. So I'm going to first and second I want to use the if you use yourself, and that will come out immediately. I'm going to use that like that. Wait, sure. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. But Jesus Christ. I've seen damage in maybe damage in life. Not necessarily the damage. You're going to get damage a lot. Or he's a lot of damage, like, should be fine, just like that. It's probably good anyway. It's all these, so that's nice. I'm just going to really people are going to the solid shield. I think it's blocking. And we want to use numbers. It's very fast. It's just but immature. It's very fast. Usually goes first, but it makes a lot of goes first. Unless you time. Claim. I'm going to very nice too. Those things to very nice. It makes a lot of damage so I get that. Yeah, that's great. And you got the damage. Yeah. Let's see. It works because I'm going to have resistance to damage, which maybe you'll just have to have oh, it doesn't, but some of the attacks hurt, so it's amazing. We're going to so yes. Ooh, 2 damage. I was really bad. I heard a lot. That's really bad. I heard a lot. I'm just going to now. Let's see if I can do. He's going to use that's fine. I'll see. Double damage, some breath, and another. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't really survive. Ugh. You must have been training. I suppose you've earned your right to see the king. Awesome. But first, we're gonna back out and heal and save. The next fight we have is the hardest of the three, and might actually seriously challenge even this setup. So now, I have gone ahead and got my party set up for this last fight. Let's see. So, what I have here, I have Carver, Rex, Nivon, and Millie for this fight, because I need multiple people on buff duty for this fight. Gave Rex the Staff of Get so he could heal people when they're in a lot of trouble. And, well, Carver is the same as always. So, in order to trigger the last fight, we need to go see the king. Welcome, travelers. First, allow me to apologize for the rough treatment handed out to you by my soldiers. You see, I am looking for someone strong, someone tough, with real spirit. Why, you ask? To smash the foul beast that's made wayfarers pass its nest. She's quite a large creature, but I thought that Brutus and his soldiers would be able to take care of her. Turns out I was quite wrong. The soldiers were wiped out and Brutus came back heavily wounded. Now, as you've probably heard, Brutus is the strongest soldier in this land. That's why I've had to look beyond my borders to see if I can find someone who can actually win this fight. I'd like you to travel to Wayfarer's Pass and put an end to that blasted beast once and for all. But first, I have one more battle for you. Are you willing to take the challenge? Excellent. Then it's sorted. Your opponent will be Commander Brutus, of course. If you can't defeat him, then the battle with the monster is pointless. I couldn't in good conscience send someone off to battle knowing they had no chance at victory. Why don't you start by telling me your name? Carver, is it? Right. I'll be waiting for you in the training room. It's in the southwest corner of the castle. I'd gladly take you on right now, but we can't be swinging swords around in here. Your Majesty, if you'd be so kind as to join us in the training room. Very well. Alright. Now hopefully my setup is good enough for this. Durability is kind of at a premium for this fight, so you might want to consider, like I said before, switching yourselves to warriors all across the board, but I'm going to try my best to not need to. So if I get wiped the fuck out, then, well, then he really is the Lightning Knight of Arkbolt. Everyone line up single file. Okay, so, Brutus has a fixed attack pattern with 2 options every round. The first round, he will either use Thin Air, which does like 60 damage to all all opponents, which is really, really powerful, or he'll use Multi-Slice, which is kind of like Multi-Fists, but for swords. Then he'll either use Kasap or Knuckle Sandwich, which you've already seen what that can do. Then he'll either use Falcon Slash or a Roundhouse Kick, which both of which are really nasty. Falcon Slash could probably kill someone less durable, and Roundhouse Kick just spreads damage around all over the place, and we have no good way of healing multiple party members, which is really bad. So, in order to handle this first round, I'm going to have Rex and Carver defend, just in case, and we're going to have Navon cast Kabuff, while Millie casts, Millie's gonna cast Buff on herself. Navon, if he's particularly unlucky, is just gonna die, but we should be fine. Ow! Okay. So on the second round, if you have healing items on Carver, it might be good to do that, but otherwise I'm gonna have him defend. This is why I gave Rex the Staff of Ghent, because I'm gonna have him heal, I'm actually gonna have him heal Millie, since Millie's fast. I'm gonna have Navon use Kabuff, and then I'm going to have Millie use, let's see, it's somewhere around here, mid-heal on Navon, since she's faster than Brutus. If you don't have multiple buffers in your party, then this can be a little tricky to deal with, but otherwise you should be fine. Okay, so for damage, since he has resistance to Knuckle Sandwich, about 50%, instead we want to just focus strength and use one of our strongest abilities. Double Up is okay, but leaves you open to attack. Double-Edged Slash hurts you a little bit, but is slightly less risky. Only slightly. Let's see. I'm gonna actually keep Rex on healing duty for this part, just because. Let's see. This round, he's gonna use Falcon Slash or Roundhouse Kick. And Rex is faster than him, so he'll just heal himself. And so now we just want to make ourselves buffed out as high as possible. And yeah, we definitely don't want to use Double Up on this round, or we'll eat a Thin Air to the face at twice damage, which is really nasty. And the best or worst, I guess, part of Thin Air is that it's whoosh elemental damage, not physical damage, so yeah. Let's try a Double-Edged Slash. Why not? Staff of Ghent, Navon. Keep going with... yeah, keep going with Kabuff. Keep going with Kabuff. Okay, so he's going for Multi-Slice, which is significantly less dangerous than what he could have done. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I actually didn't know that Double-Edged Slash procs the secondary damage effect of the Fire Claw. That's interesting to note. Okay, so now, let's see, let's focus strength with you, because you're going to start doing the same thing. I think we've got everyone mostly Kabuffed as best as we can, so now we're going to focus on supporting the two in the front, and doing max deeps as much as we can. Let's see. So, there's Double-Edged Slash. You also have Double-Edged Slash, which is good. So you keep defending. We just lost some of our defense, so I'm going to Kabuff again. Ha ha! Okay, let's see. And now we'll go mid-heal on those two. And we should be mostly okay now. Me and my big fat mouth. Yeah, just go for it. You're gonna have to waste that focus strength, unfortunately, because we need healing pretty much immediately. Ow. That actually scared me a little bit until I remembered we'd Ka-buffed ourselves. Okay, let's see. Falcon Slash or Roundhouse Kick. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, we need another Ka-buff, but we probably don't. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so now Double-Edged Slash, and now these two can defend on the turn where he might use Thin Air. There we go. That's using the old noodle. And so now we have a turn where we don't need Rex to heal, because our two healers can cover things just fine. This looks like full heal percent for Carver, actually. And then mid heal for Rex. Oh, maybe not. Let's go Ka-buff, and then mid-heal on Navon. And eventually we'll get him down. This fight's just gonna take a long time because he has so much HP, and there's only so much we can do in terms of damage to him. See, that was his Roundhouse Kick turn, so this is his Thin Air turn. There we go. Whew. It's not too difficult if you know what you're doing, it just takes a long time. What? I've been beaten again! How can this be? Your Majesty, it seems as though I might have once again lost. Indeed. Carver, you have proven yourself to be a true soldier. You clearly have what it takes. Brutus, thank you for your efforts. You may stand down. Sir! Carver, you've shown me that you have what it takes to finish off that monster in Wayfarer's Pass. I'd like you to head there right away, but first, I have something I'd like to give to you. I'll be waiting for you in the throne room. Ah, Carver, I was very impressed with your performance in that fight. Nice and merciless. I'm convinced you've got what it takes to defeat the monsters that lurk in Wayfarer's Pass. Naturally, I have a reward ready for you, something that has been in this royal family for generations, the mighty Sunderbolt Blade. For you to receive this your reward, I'll need proof that you defeated the monster's leader. To that end, I'd like you to bring me her corpse. I've prepared a coffin that you can use to carry the body. Don't forget to grab it from my Chancellor before you leave. Now, off you go. I'm relying on you, Carver. Here, take this coffin with you on your quest. And I guess we're just gonna have Millie drag it behind her. I believe I've already told you this, but another warrior has been sent to the pass. He's already left. I'm afraid we only have one reward. Naturally, it'll go to the first person to present us with the monster's remains. So, we now have our goal. Defeat the monster inside the Wayfarer's Pass before that lone wanderer does it first. Next time on Let's Play Dragon Quest VI, we'll be heading on to the Wayfarer's Pass and seeing what we can do about the monster there. See you guys then!